I think my husband is sleeping with our babysitter. Now he wants to buy her brand new car. I'm still trying to process this in my mind while typing this out. Husband and I have been together for 6 years, married for 4. We have 2 children. A 2-year-old and 4-year-old. Both of us work full-time. I'm realtor and husband owns his own business. We've had a number of different nannies in the past. Sometimes our parents end up watching the kids. About 8 months ago, my husband told me that one of his friend's daughter, we'll call her Ella, 20 female, was looking for a part-time job during college. We live in a small college town, so her commute wouldn't be far. We tried her out one night and it went smoothly. She's always been nice to me and the kids love her. My suspicions started last month when I came home early to find my husband had been home. Ella was also at the house babysitting. I asked my husband why he didn't send her home if he was home. His response was she's just trying to make a little money and that the kids were having fun. Then 2 weeks ago, I drove by my husband's office on the way to a meeting and her car was parked there. I asked my husband later about what Ella was doing at the office. He said that she probably stopped by to see her dad. Now when I come home, Ella is always dressed up more with makeup done and heels on. When she first started she would come in baggy clothing. My husband likes my nails white. Ella has white nails now too. 2 days ago, I found strands of blonde hair in the back seat of my husband's truck. I have blonde hair, but this was closer to Ella's shade. Also I don't think my husband would do anything in the backseat since he's 6'4", 240 pounds. Last night I found the opportunity to check my husband's phone while he was with the kids. I didn't find any romantic texts between them, but I could definitely tell that text messages had been deleted. If you read the conversation it didn't make sense because it was obviously missing the middle part. I talked to my friend this morning and she pointed out that my husband has a type, blonde women. Ella falls perfectly in that category. Should I confront him right now or should I wait to find something more concrete? Update 1. Nanny is currently at the house right now. Tracked husband using Find My iPhone and he's also headed home, 30-minute drive. They both think I'll be working until 7 p.m. today. I'm going to walk into the house 15 minutes after husband gets home unannounced. Not sure what the plan is if I catch them. I unfortunately don't have access to his phone logs since his phone plan is through his business. We have cameras on the outside of the house. We have a baby monitor near the kid's bed. I'm not ready to fire her unless I get solid evidence of my husband cheating. I need to know if my husband is having any sort of romantic relationship with her first. Update 2. I wasn't able to get the concrete evidence I was looking for, but some more circumstantial evidence. Tracked husband through Find My iPhone. He stopped on his way home at the grocery store for 10 minutes. I decided to park and wait on a side street. That way I could see when my husband would get home. Husband got home at 5:30 p.m. Ella was scheduled to work until 6 p.m. We have a long gravel driveway that leads to our house. I decided to park near the barn so I wouldn't be heard pulling up to the house. Walked in the front door and found Ella feeding my 4-year-old. She was also preparing dinner in the kitchen. Today she had on a tight top, skirt, and platform heels. I asked if she knew where my husband was. She replied he was upstairs taking a shower. She then immediately went over to the living room to pick up her phone and send a text message to someone. Also in the living room were a fresh bouquet of flowers. I asked her about the flowers and she said a guy she's been seeing gave them to her today. She said she didn't want to leave them in the car, so she brought them inside. I asked her about the guy that she was seeing. She said he was from school and wasn't sure if it was going anywhere. I went upstairs to see if my husband left his phone was in the bedroom. He left his phone on the dresser. Sure enough the newest text message was from Ella that read, "Your wife is home." I tried looking up the deleted messages on his phone, but they had been permanently deleted. I decided to wait in our bedroom for my husband to come out of the shower. He comes out and is surprised to see me in the bedroom. Told him my 6:30 showing got cancelled. I tried to initiate X to see how he would react. He said he didn't feel comfortable doing it while Ella was in the house. At this point Ella was upstairs in my younger son's room which shares a wall with our room. Ella leaves the house at 6 p.m. with the flowers. After dinner my husband mentioned to me about buying Ella a new car for Christmas and his reasoning was that her car was old and not safe for our kids to ride in. I told him that I would think about it. I'm thinking about firing her on Monday without telling my husband and see how they both react. I'm still trying to process everything going on. Still hoping all of this is just me overthinking. I really love my husband and I can't stand the thought of our beautiful family splitting up. Thanks for all the advice. Update 3. I would like to thank everyone for their support and ideas on how to deal with the situation. Yesterday morning I met up with Ella and told her that we wouldn't be needing her services anymore due to my little sister being available to watch the kids, which is true. She quietly said that she understood and said to let her know if I would change my mind. Husband called me 5 minutes later sounding very upset about Ella being fired. I think Ella told him, but he claimed her dad told him that we fired her. I told him that was my final decision and there was no changing it. He came home 20 minutes later and asked me why I didn't talk to him first about firing her. I told him about everything I've noticed between them, from the texts to the clothing attire she wears. He denied everything and said it was all in my head. I told him if you want this marriage not to end in a divorce, he had to cut all contact with Ella. After 1 hour of arguing, he finally agreed to not contact her anymore. I honestly don't have the mental energy to deal with a divorce, split my kids, date again. I don't want to be the single mom always busy and unhappy. I told him to never bring her up again. I don't know 100% if they had an affair, but I think it's better for my health not to find out. I think I'm going to quit my job and raise my kids, work on my marriage. I'm not sure if this was all because I've been working a lot of hours and have been distant from my husband. Thanks again for all the support.